What do you got? You got your skinny pop?
Yeah.
All right.
Corn. Somebody gave it to me on the weekend.
Yeah, you need
This
it.
is hot.
Hot water? It's good for your voice, like lemon.
Good
We'll
for
get you some.
tea.
Good for tea. Listen, I'm very excited to have you here. We welcome Joy Behar to another
Yes.
episode of Behind the Table.
Yeah.
Last time Sonny was here, the audience enjoyed it, but I missed our interaction. I feel like,
One-on-one.
The one-on-one. It's special time for me, and
Yes.
I'm glad you're here now.
Maybe the Bry guys prefer it, to see you alone.
I
with
think
a
so.
woman.
I mean, I'm really hoping to just have this by myself and just talk to camera for about an hour and a half. I think that'd be pretty
Could you
good.
do that? I admire people who can do that.
I think I can. It's like they say you can just talk to a wall. I think I have that ability.
But like somebody like Rush Limbaugh used to be able to do that
Yeah.
when he was alive. Wendy Williams can do it. I
Yes.
always admire that. I can't do it. I need to bounce off of somebody.
You need a straight man, really, is what you need.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You have someone to laugh and
When I was on the radio, I had a radio show, WABC Radio, back in 1991.
right.
And I had this guy give the news. He would sit here with you and me, and, like we're doing, and
Yeah.
give the news. And then I would comment on the news, just off the top of my head. And I enjoyed that.
I think that's how Howard Stern and Robin Quivers became
Got
a
started.
duo, because she would come on and do the news and he'd riff with her, and then
Yeah.
and like Letterman had Paul Schaefer. You need a band leader. You need something
If
to.
I ever did a podcast, and I would only do it after I left The View,
Of course.
I would do it like that.
Yeah.
Have somebody there to bounce off of.
Right. I think you just need someone, and I can imagine. I've never tried to just talk to camera, and who would care? But it's but I don't know. I think
you're
I could do
cute.
it. Oh, thank you, Joy.
You're cute.
I appreciate that. All right. Speaking of things you were attracted to, your new show, My First Ex-Husband,
Yeah.
was on the road last weekend in Boston.
Yeah.
You went to Boston.
I
I
did.
don't love you working during the season, but how did it go?
Well, it was not on your time.
I know, but you come back tired and cranky
I
generally.
was a little tired.
Yeah.
But well, first of all, a woman brought me kettle corn
Yes.
as a gift. So
That's
obviously
They were listening. Yeah.
they're listening to the podcast. And somebody yelled out, "I'm a joy boy."
Oh, see,
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
This
So
is
that's
great.
from the podcast. I wanted you to know that.
So interestingly, it might have
Yeah.
been this person. Somebody gave me a tweet.
By the way, before we go further, there's doing it again this weekend, and then the following weekend I will be there. So
Is there any kind of website or someplace people could go to get
yes,
tickets?
go on to myfirstexhusband.com and you can get tickets.
There we go.
Also, the View website
Oh, great.
promotes it. Yeah, okay.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. So while we were on break, I got a tweet from a fan named Jack. His name is Jack.
Okay.
And he said, "Okay, Brian, I just saw Joy's show, and now I have a behind the table question. Is it really that risky to get married? Shouldn't I be at least a little bit excited about it? Is there any hope for us?"
Is he gay?
I got the impression.
Oh,
Yes.
why? Based on what?
I think he said it in the question.
He
I got to
said
find it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So he might want to get. Listen, first of all,
He's
if
also a fan of you and me, so I think
All
probably.
right. So I think if you're gay and want to get married, you better hurry up because you never know what the Supreme Court's
He's
going to
22 and gay. I've been confirmed.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, you're too young. Mm-hmm. 22. I did it at 22, so my
Right.
recommendation is do not do it at
But
22.
you were reluctant to get married a second time, even though you and Steve were
I
together
was.
for
It
so
took
long.
me years.
So have you soured on the convention?
Yes.
You have.
I don't think it works.
I love it. I have to say, and I complain a lot about marriage in general,
Yeah.
but I like it very much. I find that I was never more effective in my job or anything else
Yes.
until I got married. And then I stopped worrying about being single. I stopped worrying about anything else, and I could partition my brain and get things done. I don't know. It's been good.
Statistically, or certain kinds of studies have shown that the happiest people in the world are married men. And the least happy are married women. The second happiest is single women.
Really?
Yeah.
All
There have
right.
been a lot of studies done like that. So why is it that men are so happy to be married? Because their wives take care of most of these stuff.
That might be true for most, but come on. I mean, I'm not being,
Your wife
coddled.
is home. First of all, your wife is home with the kids.
She is.
You don't have that responsibility.
That
when
is
you
true.
come home, the house is not a mess.
No. Well,
You know, maybe a little bit. You have
little
two
bit.
girls.
Yeah.
Then she has dinner for you, right?
almost never.
No. So who cooks?
I mean, sometimes she'll cook for the girls. I get home late. I order in usually. Yeah.
Oh, I see. But
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that.
No, that's true. That's true.
And you get to do your job and be Mr. Ma.
Yeah, that's exactly
the
who I am.
gorilla.
Yeah, I'm basically King Kong. That's exactly. King Kong got nothing on me.
But why
as
is
they
it
say.
that married women are the least happy? You should have to ask yourself that question.
I'll have to ask my wife when I get home. I'm concerned about this now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy in the marriage.
I know
think,
you and millions of other men.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a good thing about Jack, who's gay. the two married men. That'd be great. Hopefully
Well,
they're both happy.
You would think that, except
Yeah.
that 22, you should not get married at 22. At the same time, the conundrum is that if you're gay and you don't get married now, I don't know if they'll allow it after a while because they're changing things around.
Hey, I don't love that.
I know.
All right. Well, let's talk about something else. You announced during our media tour on after the premiere of the show that we're bringing back Joy's Comedy Corner.
Yes.
I hadn't actually made up my mind at the time when
Did
you
I
announced
say
it.
that on the air?
No, you did it. You did like so. Okay, so for those who don't know, after we do the premiere episode every year, we have
Last
like
Monday.
Last Monday,
Yeah.
we have like a row of different camera crews that come in from different outlets. And
Oh,
it's
yes.
like, Entertainment Tonight and Extra. And you go around and you chat with these people, and I hold my breath that you're not going to say something that's going to get me in trouble. This time, you decided to announce the return of Joy's Comedy Corner, which was tentative at best.
Oh.
We discussed it. I wasn't opposed.
Well, maybe they asked me, what would you like to see
Yes.
come back? And I think that's when I said, well, I'd like to see my Comedy Corner back because people need to laugh. These are difficult times we're
Yes,
in.
they are.
And believe me, when I do my show, My First Ex-Husband, the laughs are huge. And I get to do my stand-up in the beginning also.
I think you said it the first time that way, but by the third or fourth interview, is like, we're bringing back the Comedy Corner. Then our first guest from the Comedy Corner, who's somebody you've had your eye on for a long time, who's very funny.
I see him on the internet.
Yeah, he's a viral star, and his name is Andy Huggins. Is that right? I think
Andy
so.
Huggins,
Andy
yes.
Huggins. He's very funny, and he also went to the press and said, "I'm doing Joy's Comedy Corner" before I had confirmed the booking. So really,
Did I say his name?
I think he got wind of it. I don't know. All I know is I've been circumvented
That's
entirely.
hilarious.
That being said, I love the idea. I'm very excited
Of
about
course.
it. Yeah.
It'll be fun to have some
It'll be
comedy
fun.
back.
So this Friday,
Yeah.
we'll be doing
this
that.
Friday he's doing
He's
it.
doing it. It'll be good.
Okay.
And it'll be good. And the other thing is there was an article. I don't know if you saw this over the break, and this is what made you want to do this. There was an article, View fans demand the return of Joy's Comedy Corner. Did
Really?
someone send that to you or something like that? No.
You made that up.
I swear it happened, but it was like a Reddit thread. Do you know
Can
what
you
Reddit is?
send that to me,
I
please?
will. I was hoping you'd never see it.
I didn't see it.
It's a Reddit thread where like 8 people on the internet were discussing, I miss when they used to talk about other stuff and do this.
Yes.
And then that became an article that View fans demanded it. So 8 View fans demanded it. They've conspired with you and Andy Huggins. And this Friday, we're getting it back.
I'm very happy to hear that.
All right. So everyone should tune in for that. That'll be fun. Speaking of comedy, the Emmys were last Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And one standout was the star of a show called Somebody Somewhere, Jeff Hiller. He won his first Emmy in a surprise victory. He beat out Harrison Ford and some other pretty,
Really?
people that were expected to win.
What was Harrison Ford nominated for?
A show called Shrinking, which is
Oh, Shrinking.
fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of my favorite shows. He said, and this Jeff Hiller said, quote, "I'm going to cry because for the past 25 years, I have been like, world, I want to be an actor. And the world was like, maybe computers, maybe not." Can you relate to that when it feels like the world is telling you that you can't pursue your dreams?
Well, pursuing your dream, I never ever tell anybody don't pursue your dream.
Yeah.
You have to. That's one of the beautiful things about this country is that people have the freedom to pursue their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
They're not clamped down or put into a box.
Right.
So, yeah, well, I mean, it took me till I was almost 40 to start to do what I do.
And it was also kind of because of need that you did it, right?
I did.
mean,
I needed the money.
Yeah.
But it's not that I was all of a sudden, I just say I'm going to be a comedian. I
Right.
had 40 years.
But
of
were you
being funny.
sleepless at night saying, man, I really want to be a comedian. I should be doing this? Nothing like that.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I was always funny as a child. You've heard this.
Yeah.
Dance, sing a song. They were all over me about that. And so then I became a teacher, and I was funny in the teacher's room, and I was funny in the classroom.
But if your marriage hadn't broken up,
Yeah.
you probably never would have done this.
Well, probably not, because when that my husband did not encourage
Support
it.
you, yeah.
Oh, he was very supportive. Go out and do it. But it's so hard to do stand-up comedy that any excuse not to go out in the middle, late at night to do it, you jump on that. So there you are in your house, you're in your pajamas, and you say, I think I'll stay home tonight. I have him, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You can't do that when you're alone, and you need to do it.
It's funny. So my daughters, as you know, are theatrical, and
Yes.
and again, I don't want to overreact because they're very young. My oldest is about to be 14. My youngest is about to be 11. But all they want in the world is to be on Broadway. They have a passion for it. They love it.
That's good.
It's good, but it's a scary thing. It's like wanting to be a professional quarterback in the NFL. Like, what are the odds it actually happens?
You know, it doesn't always last, just to make you feel a little more comfortable. I mean, when I was in junior high school, I tried out for the High School of Performing Arts.
Right.
And I passed the first audition with flying colors. I was very good in the first audition. Because you know why? Because I was surrounded by a bunch of teachers who thought I was adorably funny and laughing.
Right.
The second audition, the callback, was one guy who had a real stone face, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without the audience, and so I didn't get in. And so I dropped the idea.
Right. But you shouldn't have, because you're obviously very talented.
I should have stayed with it, but I just was too scared.
So my 14-year-old, who's had a lot of success in auditions and doing very well, she auditioned for a show called Little Women, a Broadway musical of Little Women. It's not on Broadway, an off-Broadway thing that's local. And she felt like she botched the audition, and she was heartbroken on Sunday night. And she came home, and she was, really crestfallen. And part of me, I was so sad for her, but I was also thinking, this is part of it. This is good. You have to fail. You have to know. And then yesterday she got the lead.
Oh, she
did. She found out she got it after all. So,
So now she's confused.
I mean, I think, I don't know. She's also very talented. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh, wow.
Also with the kids, last night I went to back to school night at the high school. Oh my gosh. This is intense stuff. High school, I forgot. I'm sitting in, so what they do is they have the parents go from classroom to classroom and hear the syllabus and hear from the teachers one by one. And, even in ninth grade, she's taken AP classes, and it's really intense. And I think about all these activities they have and everything else. I mean, your grandson's the same age.
He's taking a class on the Holocaust.
Yeah. How's that going?
And photography.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. He doesn't. What did they tell you? I said, how's the school? Good. What's your best topic? English.
Yeah.
Well, what did you learn? I don't know. I mean, these are the conversations.
Well, this is why the back to school night thing is good, because they take you through what they're learning. Like, so I went to the English class, and they're going to read To Kill a Mockingbird,
yes,
Romeo and Juliet, and The Odyssey.
Very good.
That's pretty good stuff.
I told you what happened with To Kill a Mockingbird. With the
you got to the movies.
The movie.
Well, I wanted to bring that up because people, before the break, you asked viewers what movies you should be watching with Luca, and they gave us a lot of ideas here. And I'm going to throw these out, and you tell me yes or no.
If I've seen them.
Casablanca.
For a 14-year-old?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Cool Runnings, which I'm guessing you've never seen.
Which?
It's called Cool Runnings. It's about the ill-fated Jamaican bobsled team. Which I think
Maybe
they won
he would
in the
like
end.
that.
I think he might. Rear Window. Hitchcock.
That's a good Hitchcock film.
Would he like that?
Yeah. I like any Hitchcock. I think would work.
You're going to like a lot of these then. Psycho.
No.
Too much.
That's creepy.
North by Northwest.
Very good.
All right. The movie Speed, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
I think I saw that.
I think you probably did.
Yeah.
You probably interviewed them for it. But, the guy's on a bus. If it drops below 50 miles an hour, the bus explodes. That's kind of interesting. I bet Luca will like it.
It's violent.
Good for him, not for you.
You have to remember something. It's me and Steve. It's Luca and Eve and Al. It's the five of us. Like last week, he decided, Al picked the Usual Suspects.
Oh.
I don't like that movie.
No? Did you make it to the end? The twist is pretty good.
I got up and went and got on my computer. And they watched it.
Right.
But I like to do a film that everybody likes.
I do too. Monty Python?
Funny.
Too silly, or do you like
Funny.
it? Yeah.
The English humor doesn't interest me as much as British history movies and detectives.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How about The Bad Seed?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That he could relate to.
Yeah.
Because he sees another kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Birds.
Any Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except Psycho. No.
Yeah. You remember I've told you the story before of my my sister's ex-boyfriend who asked if The Birds was a true story. Like that.
Listen, there was a story going around about I don't know, I guess it was about Cher said that I don't even want to tell it because it's too crazy. Forget it.
All right. I'll wrap this up soon because it's taking forever. But The Birdcage.
Great.
Yeah, that's a great one. Gone with the Wind.
Great. You can't miss it. It's a great movie.
Yeah. My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, of
That's
course.
That's a classic. I'd show my children that one.
He'll love that.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, My Cousin Vinny.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, like you blends.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Back to the Future.
Good one.
Yep.
Yeah. But he's too young to remember the past. That movie requires a few years under your belt, doesn't it?
I don't know. I saw that when I was 12, and it was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I loved it. So
that's how long ago that movie was.
It was 1985. And
you were 12 in 1985.
I was born in '76. So no, I was. younger.
You're younger than
was
my
9.
daughter. You're younger than my daughter.
Yes, but she
and
looks
you
better.
acted too.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm kidding.
See, I'm trying to be nice. Finally, last one, Blazing Saddles.
The best.
Has he seen any Mel Brooks yet?
That
might be the next move. That's pretty good.
Yeah. No, he should see Blazing, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
The Producer is a great movie.
Underrated, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's funny.
I enjoyed that
Yeah,
one.
that's good. Any Mel Brooks.
Now, has he seen any Robert Redford? Because we talked about
The
his
list of
passing
Robert
today.
Redford movies is very impressive that we read today.
Yeah.
I particularly love The Way We Were.
I feel like all the President's Men
I've
is
seen
for
all
you.
the President's Men
Yeah.
probably 10 times.
Yeah, that's a formative one
That
for you.
movie resonates now. Of course, we would like to have Bernstein and Woodward back to.
I mean, they're around.
but
yeah.
it's almost like that whole period has become irrelevant.
Yeah. No, it's interesting.
It doesn't matter if you have some stories of breaking. I mean, everything they break. We're waiting for all of the stories to break. They break, and then everybody moves on, and nobody cares.
Redford's never been on The View. Have you ever met him?
No.
I never got to work with him. I worked with Newman a couple times, and that was really
Also
cool.
a great actor. But it's interesting about Newman because he really peaked with The Verdict. Mm-hmm. The Verdict is one of the best movies American films I've ever seen, and he was just great in that.
I would argue that he peaked with The Popcorn, which was fantastic. The Newman's Own. It's really good
The
stuff.
Popcorn was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, he was such a good guy. He gave all the money from that stuff.
No,
away.
he was just. And again,
There's a guy who understood the value of money.
Yeah.
I read about these billionaires and multi-billionaires. How much money do you think you're going to live forever? That you think you're going to be able to spend that money? Give it away.
now you're not someone who's awed by a lot of people, but like Robert Redford's a movie star, Paul Newman's a movie star.
Yeah.
You've interviewed 100,000 movie stars on this show.
Yeah.
Do they ever come in? Because I always talk to Sonny about it. How some people have a quality, even young actors that haven't done that much, they just
Yeah.
kind of radiate that
Yeah.
charisma.
Is there anyone like that?
Is anyone when they come on? Are you ever aside yourself a little bit?
Just Obama.
Yeah.
I have to say, when he appears in person, you really are stunned by the guy.
Yeah.
That's one. I mean, he's not a movie star, but
All right. Someone found this. I knew that. All right. The producers, I have a little tablet here. The producers give me notes.
All right.
And they found the Reddit thread that led to the article about Comedy
let's
Corner.
hear it.
This is the Reddit. The subject was called Comedy Corner.
Yeah.
Now that season 29 is coming, do you think Joy should bring back her Comedy Corner? I mean, with everything they talk about, it's mostly politics, and the show could squeeze in her own segment again, couldn't they? Someone responded, Joy's been wanting to bring it back, but Brian refuses, and I can't imagine why. Then someone said, such a shame on his part. And then it ended with this. Yes, I even pay to watch Joy. The Weekend View is where Joy shines the most. So there we go.
Well, because on the Weekend View, I'm allowed to be loose.
All right. Before we go,
Yeah.
we just announced former Vice President Kamala Harris will join us on The View in 1
Yes.
week to discuss her book, 107 Days.
I love it.
I'm very excited about this. What do you want to hear from her?
Well, I don't want to hear all the bad stuff that happened.
So you're really conflicted about this. I
Yeah.
know. You don't want to.
I know that in her book she's talking about all the mishaps and mistakes and everything that they made. But, I don't know. I feel depressed that they lost, frankly.
Yes, I know
I
you
do.
do. I know you do. But listen, I think it's don't you agree that, if you don't confront the mistakes, you can't learn from them, you can't grow?
Well, what's the point of her confronting them in public?
Maybe she's going to run again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You think this country will vote for a woman? We are so backward in that department.
I know.
I mean, Italy has a female prime minister, Giorgia Meloni.
Yes.
Italy. Iceland, some of the Scandinavian countries.
Yes.
Germany had Angela Merkel. Israel had Golda Meir. Why can't we come up with a female? We have two of the most qualified women running, and we couldn't do it here? What is the problem with this country? Why?
It feels like you're writing your question already before she even arrives.
that
which
is the
good.
question.
So I guess the fundamental question is, did loyalty to Joe Biden hurt her campaign?
Well, because of the question Sonny asked her.
Yeah.
What would you do differently from
Yes.
Joe Biden? And
Yes.
she said nothing.
Yeah.
Well, she was in a very precarious position there because if she said what she would do differently, then she's turning on Joe Biden. And
Right.
if she says what she said, then she gets criticism for that.
When that moment happened and you were on the show, did it strike you as something like, oh, that's going to hurt her?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. I thought, finesse that question. Just say, well, I don't know. I mean, I think he started to get behind certain things, and it's my job to finish them now. And for like what? Well, he gave us the bill about fixing up the streets and all of that.
Well, it'll be an exciting interview. It's never dull when she's here. I think history has taught us that. So we'll find out how things go. I'm thrilled that she's coming back, and I'm interested in reading the book. So it'll be good.
All right.
All right. That's all the time we have for today.
We have?
Yeah, but we got through a lot.
We got through plenty.
Yeah, this was good.
More than we did on the show today.
Well, see, there you go.
But we are bringing the Comedy Corner back.
The Comedy Corner's coming back.
So who's coming after that?
Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see what the reaction is.
You could get, Jeff Ross, who's hilarious.
He was just on. We had him on for his Broadway show.
I know, but he didn't do a set.
No, that's true.
The Comedy Corner, you get up and do a set.
Yes.
Like, in like the old days when they go on Letterman.
Right.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Sarah Silverman come on and do a set.
Sure.
Other people, Amy Schumer.
Right, or maybe find people we haven't heard from yet that are good and up and coming. Yeah.
Well, that should be headlined a little bit differently then.
Okay. All right, I'm on board. I'm excited to see. I've heard America, and by America I mean the 8 people on Reddit speak, and Joy Behar and and our guest, and it's going to be terrific, and it always is when we have comedy.
Well, this guy, he's an older guy, and his jokes are funny because he's old.
Yes.
I told you what he says. He sits there like an old guy, and he says, "I just paid off my student
loan."
Well,
don't give up.
That strikes me funny.
I know. I want him to do it on the show. It's like he's got like a Dangerfield-esque kind of.
He does, and it's
Henny
one-liners. He's very one-linerish.
Yeah. But he's very funny.
Yeah.
I think he was on America's Got Talent, too. I think people
really?
will enjoy him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, it'll be great. All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Okay.
And tomorrow I'll be back with Sunny, and we'll see you then.